Hi, I'm Red Sebastian and you are watching ESC Norway. We should turn it into a red mic, right?
It should be red.
It should be red.
Ladies and gentlemen. Well, hi,
Nice
Sebastian.
to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I am here today with ESC Norway, and I am with Red Sebastian, who's representing Belgium with the song
Strobe Lights.
We're going to start off with a couple of quick fire questions. So, you don't have to think about this. So,
Shoot.
go. Chaos or calm?
Chaos.
Night or day?
Night.
Nature or art?
Art. Yeah.
Dress up or dress down?
Dress up.
Okay.
I mean,
Of course. 60s or 90s music?
90s all the way. You know, Strobe Lights is very 90s, so all the way 90s.
You never know, though.
I like 60s though. I do like it, yeah.
That's cool. They're both great decades of music. Thank you very much for that. And how are you feeling today?
I am so excited to be here. It's really nice. You know, it's my third pre-party. It's my last one. But I mean, every time I get on stage, you know, in Amsterdam it was like the first one, so I was a bit nervous and I was like, okay, this is cool. In London I was like a bit more free, and you know, the crowd was also more wild, I had the impression. And I think, you know, everyone says to me that Spain is really wild and that the crowd is gonna be, you know, like going all the way. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow so much, yeah.
You got the right information. That is exactly how it goes. And especially to your song, it's a banger for everyone.
I hope so.
And of the songs from 2025 and the other artists that you've met, how have you found it, like meeting everyone through these pre-parties in the last
It's so
few weeks?
nice. I mean, everyone's so nice, and you know, we're all here with like the same goal to win Eurovision, but we all have the same love for music. Everyone's so welcoming, so friendly, so it already feels like one big musical family, and I'm so happy with that. You know, you know it's a contest, but it doesn't feel like one at this moment, and that's something that we should treasure, because that's something very unique and very beautiful.
I totally agree. That reminds me, you had Gustaph, or have Gustaph, as a vocal coach at the beginning?
I had him as my vocal coach. I did, you know, singing pop vocals at the conservatory in Ghent for 5 years. I studied there, and he was my vocal coach, one of my vocal coaches there. Yes.
And how has it been? Has he been giving you advice since then for the run-up to Eurovision?
Yes, we have lunched a few times, and we have called. You know, I sent him a message, you know, a bit earlier, because I was in the car with Cecile, and she was like, you know, one of my favorite Belgian entries ever is like Because of You by Gustaph. And I sent him like, Cecile's your fan, and he was like, say hi to her from me. So, you know, we've been back and forthing, but it's cool to have someone that knows what it is to be on that stage, and who can, you know, give me some inside information and really, you know, say what I have to do to get comfortable. And you know, it's nice to have him as my kind of mentor now, yeah.
Yeah, I can completely relate to that. He is such a gentleman. I had the pleasure of meeting him in 23. Such a lovely man. In Ireland, we have this name for him. It's Daddy in a Hat.
Yes, I saw that, yeah, because they called him Eurovision Daddy, right? At the year he was, because he was the oldest one to perform,
I think. He's only 40 something.
Yeah, he's only like 40, but I think he was the oldest contestant that year, so they called him like the daddy of everyone. I think that's wonderful.
It's wonderful. Well, coming on to your song, especially, what brought about, first of all, your love for music, and how did it then lead to the song that is Strobe Lights?
Well, I wanted to do something traditionally Belgium with like the song. I always think it's so cool when a country puts their tradition, their, you know, culture into a song. I like that so much. If it's done in a clever way, I'm all here for it. And you know, I'm like, in Belgium we have a wide history in, you know, 90s and early 2000s. You know, the dance, EDM, rave, techno scene is huge there. So I really wanted to do that, bring, Belgium is the land of Tomorrowland. I wanted to bring like that part of Belgium on the Eurovision stage. But at the same time, I grew up listening to Whitney Houston, Christina Aguilera, Mariah Carey, the big vocals. So it was important for me to combine those two, strong vocals with a traditionally Belgian sound. And those two combined, I think that's Strobe Lights.
Yeah. I remember watching it first on VRT and in Belgium at home, and I was like, wow, what a voice. Those vocals, incredible. Like from the low notes to the high notes, and even in the pre-parties, they seem to even enhance and get even better. Is it the confidence growing with the song?
I think the more I'm performing the song, the more I'm loving to perform it. I always loved it, don't get me wrong, but the more you do it, and I am a crowd person. I go so well on the reaction of crowd. That gives me energy. So I think the pre-parties are the best warm-up I could wish for.
Absolutely.
I think that's one of the reasons that I'm just like going for it, because of the people's reaction.
Yeah, no, that totally makes sense. I mean, aside from the musical side and the vocals, is there any specific message inside the song that maybe people haven't picked up on, or that you're trying to send to
like the main message, I wrote a song about going out with your friends and knowing where the night starts, but not knowing where it ends and where it will take you. But behind that, behind like the crazy party stuff, there's also this message of being free, being in the moment, living your life the best way possible, because you only have one life and it's so short that you should be, going fully out and, just enjoy it.
Exactly, yeah.
And I hope that Strobe Lights, in this world, there's a lot of dark things, sad things going on. There's a lot of people with a lot of worries, and I hope Strobe Lights can provide 3 minutes of pure joy and freedom to those people and let them forget all of their worries that moment and just go for it and dance and rave with me.
100%.
I hope that is, Strobe Lights for a lot of people. Then my mission would be complete.
That's such a positive and lovely message to send to people. If you were to identify yourself with an animal, what animal would that be and why?
I would say a red crab.
A red crab?
My name, Red Sebastian, is, inspired by Sebastian the Crab from The Little Mermaid. So I grew up nearby the sea in Ostend in Belgium. I'm, a beach boy. I'm a crab. I'm also a little, I'm a little odd. I'm
Aren't
red.
we all?
Yeah, aren't we all? I'm red. I'm, I think, crabs are lovely creatures.
Yes.
So I would say I'm a crab.
Okay,
a red one.
Yes. It reminds me also of Luke Black being with his red lobster in 2023 as well.
Lobster, yeah. I love that animal too.
Yeah. All the red sea animals. Great. Well, thank you very much. Do you have a message to fans? So this is obviously ESC Norway, but the people from around Europe and across the world watches us. If you want to say into the camera, and feel free, it's your space.
Okay, so first of all, I want to thank ESC Norway for such wonderful reviews of my performance and my song. I really loved it. A friend sent it to me and I got so much positive energy out of it. So thank you so much to the two girls. What their names are?
Marie and Hannah.
Marie and Hannah, thank you so much. And to everyone watching, I want to thank you for your support. It's because of you that I am able to do this and that I get so much energy out of it. And I hope I can maybe come to Norway one day to perform there and to rave together with you all around the world. So in Norway, in your living room when Eurovision is happening, find me in Belgium, and I hope I will see every one of you. So thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure.
It was a pleasure.
I'll see you probably in the hotel and tomorrow.
Of course. And tomorrow you're gonna rave with me, right?
Of course. I am raving all the time with this. No, Belgium.
Oh, Belgium. So you can't vote for me.
Yeah, I'm
Ask
Irish.
Marie and Hannah.
They will. They will
to
for
vote
sure.
for me because Norway is right before me.
I know.
Actually,
I know. They will definitely vote for you. Don't worry.
thank you.